Hello and welcome. You're watching Deep Dive. I'm Udar Pratap Singh. This is the new BSNL phone priced at 1,34,166 rupees. It's more expensive than an iPhone 17. Your smartphone may have a 1 lakh price tag, the latest processor and the best camera, but it becomes nothing more than a camera the moment the signal disappears. That is a problem BSNL now wants to solve with India's satellite phone service. The first thing you notice about the BSNL satellite phone is that it doesn't look like a modern smartphone at all. It's built for survival, not style. It has a rugged body, physical buttons that can be used even while wearing gloves, a high-capacity battery, and most importantly, a long retractable antenna. That antenna is the phone's lifeline. Unlike an ordinary mobile phone, it does not search for the nearest cell tower. It searches for a satellite orbiting hundreds of kilometers above the Earth. India has over 15,000 kilometers of land borders, a coastline of over 7,500 kilometers, more than 1,300 islands, the Himalayas in the north, dense forests in central India and vast desert stretches in Rajasthan. Building towers in many of these locations is technically difficult, commercially unviable or physically impossible. The problem becomes even worse during disasters. In the 2023 Himachal Pradesh floods, multiple telecom towers were damaged. During cyclones on India's eastern coast, mobile networks routinely fail because towers lose power or fiber links are severed. The same happens during landslides, earthquakes and cloudbursts. When conventional communication collapses, satellite communication often becomes the only reliable option. So how does a satellite phone actually work? Well, an ordinary mobile phone connects to a tower that is usually just a few kilometers away. A satellite phone skips the tower completely. When you press the call button, the signal travels directly from the handset's antenna to a communication satellite. That satellite then relays the signal to a ground gateway connected to BSNL's Telecom network. The call is then routed to any mobile phone or landline in India or abroad. In simple terms, the route is phone to satellite, to ground station, to BSNL network and to the receiver. No tower, no fiber cable, no dependence on local infrastructure. The technology inside the handset is also very different. The external antenna continuously tracks satellites. A specialized band radio transmitter communicates over extremely long distances. A satellite modem converts voice into digital signals that can travel through space. The handset contains a GNSS receiver for accurate location tracking, military-grade encryption for secure communication, a high-capacity battery because satellite transmission consumes much more power than cellular communication, and a rugged casing designed to withstand extreme temperatures, dust and rain. Globally, satellite phones are dominated by companies such as Iridium, Inmarsat, Thuraya. Iridium operates a constellation of 66 low Earth orbit satellites, giving it near global coverage. Inmarsat relies on geostationary satellites and is widely used by ships and aircrafts. Thuraya primarily covers Europe, Africa, the Middle East and large parts of Asia. Until now, Indians needing satellite communication often depended on these foreign networks under strict regulatory approvals. BSNL service represents an attempt to bring authorized satellite connectivity into India's own telecom ecosystem. Then comes the obvious question, why is a satellite phone so expensive? While premium smartphones such as the iPhone 16 Pro Max or Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra cost between 1 lakh and 2 lakh, dedicated satellite handsets from global manufacturers typically cost anywhere between 90,000 and over 2.5 lakh, excluding monthly service charges. The reason is simple. Smartphones are manufactured, but perhaps the biggest advantage of satellite phones is not convenience, it's national security. Whether it's the Indian Army deployed in Siachen, the Indo-Tibetan Border Police in remote Himalayan posts, fishermen operating deep in the Arabian Sea, the National Disaster Response Force during floods or rescue teams after earthquakes, satellite communication ensures they remain connected, even if every mobile tower in the region goes offline. It provides communication resilience during war, terrorism, cyber attacks and natural disasters. In strategic terms, it reduces dependence on vulnerable terrestrial infrastructure and strengthens India's emergency response capability. For BSNL, this launch is about much more than a new handset. After rolling out indigenous 4G, preparing for 5G and expanding fiber connectivity, satellite communication represents the next phase of the company's transformation. It signals a shift from competing only in cities to connecting the parts of India where connectivity has always been the hardest. In a country that aims to build a truly digital economy, the final frontiers in faster internet in metropolitan cities, it is ensuring that the last soldier on the border, the last fisherman at sea and the last villager in the mountains can all make one simple phone call. That is exactly the promise BSNL's satellite service is trying to deliver. Anil Kumar, telecom expert, joins us on the broadcast. Anil, what do you make of this new satellite phone unveiled by BSNL, its cost and its statistics?
Yes, it is costly. Of course, if you compare with Apple, you have rightly compared with Apple. So it is at par with what Apple sells at. that pricing. No, that's only thing is that monthly rent is very very high. For government, it is a bit cheaper, but for commercial usage, it is very high. 3,500 rupees per month is the rent for government, and around 6,000 rupees is rent for commercial usage. This is very high, and after that, the call charges per minute also is very high. For government, it is 18 rupees. For private commercial, it is 25 rupees per minute. So the cost is the factor. So the facility is there. It will be mainly used by companies who are not on land, maybe offshore companies into digging, rigging, and all that, extracting oil from the sea, and some people now going now for this wind turbine also in the offshore area. So those kind of commercial ventures will be there from government side also, from private side also. This will benefit them. So there will be some pockets on the land side also, that hilly areas where mobile coverage has not reached so far. There, I don't know how who will use it, but if government subsidizes it, then only normal people can use. Otherwise, again, it will be a of very restricted use. This is what I feel.
All right, let me in fact also ask you, Anil Kumar, about how essential then this phone is, its features, and this, fantastic satellite connectivity, particularly at border areas.
Border area, there are already signals there. If, for example, army, they are using it in the border area, mostly army people, they will be there. Defense people, they will be there. They have their own network, their private networks, which they can use. This is satellite phone. It's still, it's not just BSNL. It's being provided by Inmarsat under the name brand of BSNL. So Inmarsat still is a British company. So whether army and the border area they'll be using these services or not, that also is a big question mark. So they will have their own wireless networks, which are very sensitive to security requirements. This border area also will not be there much of demand for this kind of satellite phones. The only thing I think is seaside. There will be requirement by ONGC, for example. They have their rigs working there, and there are private people also. They are into deep shore digging and rigging. They are doing oil or gas extractions. This kind of usage will be there in case of disasters. So emergency people, they'll be using it. Disaster management authorities, they'll have this kind of facility for communication, which is very essential at that time.
All right, I appreciate you joining us, Mr. Kumar, with your perspective on this story.